friends, and welcome to another WSIB Truth Matters with Joe Machado. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's certainly sunny out there, and it's a good day for barbecue, cocktails in the backyard. You hear me talk about that quite often because I like that, especially in the summer, when there's no snow. So I was thinking, and I've got a lot of different topics to talk about that I cover in my videos. But this one today is, I find it's especially important because over the years, I've always had clients, when I had my paralegal firm, express concern over how communication went between them and the WSIB staff. And even to this day, it still happens. I get viewers who email me, and we're back and forth helping them, and also not as much WSIB settlement.com members because they have the tools to deal with the WSIB to avoid this scenario. And but I guess the feeling that I get is that people don't trust them. They don't trust dealing with the WSIB. And it's not my fault. It certainly isn't yours. But I believe that based on my experience over 30 years of dealing with this industry and countless WSIB staff, people certainly have good reason not to trust them. Especially given recent events with, giving money back to employers and all that, and just doesn't set the stage for good relationships. And I believe that good relationships are built on trust, mutual trust and mutual respect for one another. And that can actually happen in a situation that could be adversarial, where I'll use an example. I used to go to hearings and speak with the employer rep before the hearing and after the hearing. And during the hearing, we presented our case. And before the hearing and after the hearing, we were cordial, friendly with each other. It was an amicable relationship, even though we were at opposites of the argument. Obviously, he or she would be arguing for their client, the employer, and I would be arguing for the worker, my client. But it doesn't have to turn nasty, and it could be a cordial, and it could be a mutually respectful relationship. But when you're dealing with the WSIB, you're dealing with people they have the power over you as to whether or not they're going to allow your claim, whether or not they're going to allow benefits, what types of benefits they're going to allow. All of these things, they're perceived as the decision makers, and they are, and it can be intimidating. So, and I'm not saying that this is across the board with every WSIB employee. By no means am I saying that, because I had really good working relationships with case managers and managers, directors, and vice presidents. And we could go to battle this morning and this afternoon, be talking another case, and be cordial and respectful. So I'm not really saying this about everybody across the board, but there is a more prevalent in my view, based on feedback that I get, instances where this happens. And it's normal that injured workers are concerned about this distrustful relationship, because they don't want to antagonize the person who's going to make a decision in their claim. So there's this feeling of uneasiness that really shouldn't be there, but it is. We can't change that. Listening and watching this video, I know that you're thinking in the back of your mind that, I can relate to that, because it happens. And an injured or ill worker should never be in this position. They already have so much to deal with, to try to get better and heal and go back to work and get on with their lives. So I have 4 tips that I'm going to give you that I told our clients when I had my paralegal firm religiously. They knew that. And we also tell our members at WSIBsettlements.com. And I want to impart that to you today so that it can help you in your relationship with WSIB staff. So I'm going to start by saying that you have rights, even though it may seem like you're under their thumb. You do have rights, and they need to be respected. So I can talk about policy and legislation pertaining to all of the 3 major legislative amendments and acts that have taken place in the last 30 plus years. I can talk about that forever, but I'm going to give you some of the best advice you're ever going to hear when it comes to dealing with WSIB. And what you do with it is entirely up to you. I'm not telling you how to deal with it. I'm just telling you based on my experiences, the experiences that I hear from others, and what I know works. So, number 1, communicate strictly by correspondence. Email, letter. Today, with technology, you can respond to anything that they require of you, literally within minutes, and certainly in most cases under 24 hours. And that can be done through email and correspondence. And now that you're able to upload documents through their portal, there's no excuse for them to say, well, yeah, you were going to send me this, but I never got it. Well, no. Yeah, you did. Because your system, and I have it right here, confirmation in my hand, says that it was on your system yesterday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So technology allows you to do that now. And I don't believe that there's anything so urgent that they require of you that they need to speak to you on the phone immediately. So don't get sucked into that dance, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't make any sense. Tip number 2, if they insist that they want to speak with you directly, okay, arrange a Zoom call. It's free. You can have someone you trust on the call, taking notes. In fact, since COVID, most government organizations, including the courts, are handling a lot of cases and tribunals as well via Zoom. So if they insist that they absolutely need to speak with you, you can arrange a Zoom call. Tip number 3, if they insist that it can't be done by Zoom or by correspondence, and I don't understand, it would be a tough scenario for them to justify why that's not possible. But anyway, if they insist that they really need to hear your voice, that's fine. You can set up a conference call and have someone you trust, a family member or a friend, on the line. Let the person know, whether it's a case manager, return to work specialist, whomever it may be, that you have a friend on the line or a family member. Let them know their name, and that person is going to be taking notes of the conversation that takes place, and will be uploading that information, that the minutes of those notes, to the WSIB at the conclusion of the conversation, immediately after. So again, they will have a record, timestamp as to when that information was submitted. So if the person on the other end of the telephone wants to create whatever it is they may have in mind, this would discourage them from doing it. Okay? Number 4, if neither of those 3 work, which again, I can't see a situation where that wouldn't work, then set up an in-person meeting and let them know, okay, I'll come to you. I'll meet with you at your office. And let them know that you will have a friend or a family member with you taking notes of the meeting, and it's your right. So, 4 tips. I can't see a situation where it would go beyond number 2, but if you stick to this, you're going to have peace of mind, and you're not going to get frustration. You're going to save yourself a lot of headaches and frustration if you stick to this religiously. And you have rights. They can't deny you any of these suggestions as to how you're going to communicate with them. So they would if they have some other nefarious reason for wanting to have you alone on the phone. But let's assume that's not the case. Those are the 4 tips, again, based on 30 plus years of experience. The WSIB should be dealing with you. Every person within that organization should be dealing with you in good faith. They have a fiduciary responsibility to be upfront, above board, to respect your rights, to provide you with information that is required so that you are able to make informed decisions pertaining to your claim. That is dealing in good faith. In my opinion, good faith ends when somebody's threatening you to reduce your benefits or cut off your benefits and play with your ability to basically cover your expenses and support your family. That's no longer good faith if that's how they will act with you. So I hope that you can really appreciate what I'm trying to convey here, understand the reasons why, and it's entirely up to you what you do. But I would suggest that you take these 4 tips and apply them so that, and I think that will help to prevent a lot of misunderstanding, misconceptions about intentions, what's being discussed, what the WSIB is requesting, what you are able to provide. I think that this, keeping everything on the table with correspondence, can help in a huge way. All right, friends. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. As always, please subscribe to my channel. I enjoyed these videos. I have lots of information, good experience to provide. Subscribing to my channel doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And please share my videos with others whom you think could benefit from this content. And if you have any specific questions pertaining to your claim, by all means, send me an email, joemachado@wsibsettlements.com, and I'll get back to you. And there's other topics coming, so usually I make an announcement on our Facebook page, or I do a short to let you know what's coming up. But if you subscribe to the channel, you get notified every time there's a new video posted on my channel. So with that being said, my friends, thank you for taking the time, and have a wonderful day. And as always, take care, friends.